Today we are going to be analyzing how 1 to 2 characters in The Devil's Arithmetic had to deal with adversity, which means dealing with extreme difficulties or bad luck. So you are going to choose 1 or 2 characters, explain how they faced adversity, and proceeded to overcome it, or at least learn from it. So I have created a chart below to help organize your thoughts. I've included one example from the Hunger Games. So I talked about 2 different characters, so I can show you how that works. So First, you're going to choose the situation in which your character faced adversity. This is in your own words. All you're doing is explaining when they did it. You're not explaining why. You're not explaining how they overcame it. It's just identifying when. So my character is Katniss from Hunger Games. Katniss had to deal with adversity when she realized Peeta betrayed her by working with the other allies with, let's should say, careers. So next, you need a quote from your book to support this because text evidence shows you understand the book. Obviously, the noble boy on the rooftop was just playing, but this will be his last night. I'll kill him first myself. Collins 162. Remember, that's the author and the page number. Then how they overcame it, how they learned from it. So this is where you're putting your thoughts, this is where you're putting your analysis. This is the most important part of the paragraph. So Katniss was shocked when she realized Peeta was working with the careers because that meant she was more likely to be killed from the group. She did not let this weaken her, though in fact it made her more determined to win. She was able to come up with a plan that would break the group apart, thus ending their team's bond, making them weaker. She sought out her own allies so she could be stronger and retaliate against them later on. It takes a lot of internal strength and resilience to stand up to a group of people that actively want you dead and to the ones who kill you. But Katniss did not let that adversity deter her from participating in the games. So what I did was I went to the situation, and that was when Peeta betrayed her. And I explained why that was significant, because she thought Peeta would be her ally. She thought they would work together. But then explained how this affected her. She could have given it up. She could have stopped because someone she thought her friend was going to try and kill her. But nope, she's like, I'm going to rise above it. I'm going to attack him. And then she sought her own ally later on with Rue. Which then brings me to my second point. My second character was Rue. She faced adversity by being the youngest and smallest tribute in the games. This wasn't something that was necessarily explicitly said. This was something I had to infer from the book. So my quote was, she's talking to Katniss right now. Rue says, "You want me for an ally?" And Katniss says, "Why not?" Collins 200, author, page number. The games are extremely unfair to the tributes because it includes young tributes from 12 to the experienced ages of 17 and 18. Rue comes from a poor district, is young, small, and kind. This makes her vulnerable because she'd be an easy target for everyone, from the careers to the other younger tributes. Rue stood up to this adversity by using her skills of hiding in the trees to survive and her kindness to work with Katniss to form an ally so they could persevere against their own issues with adversity. Ultimately, Rue's life was cut short, but not before she stood up for herself. This is a good reminder that even your best efforts can sometimes lead to failure. However, trying at something and falling on your face is better than never trying at all. Even though Rue died, she still faced adversity and ultimately helped Katniss win the games and overthrow the Capitol. So this paragraph ties back to my second part of how she learned from it, because Rue died. Spoiler alert, sorry. Rue dies, and so you could argue that she didn't overcome adversity, but she helped Katniss. She made it farther than everyone thought they were. And because of Rue, Katniss survived, and we were able to have the entire trilogy. If Rue had not stepped in and took a chance on helping Katniss, nothing would have happened. You're going to do that down here with your own character or characters. Then part 2. You're going to write your thesis. So remember, your thesis is made up of your opinion, which is what your entire paper will be about. Your thesis is the one sentence that also includes your reasons. So here, because I have 2 characters, I have to include both names. Katniss and Rue both overcame adversity by using their skills and strength to survive, form an alliance, and never giving up when times were tough. Now, obviously, Rue didn't survive, but Katniss did. So we can infer that this section right here is going to be about Katniss. Forming an alliance, it'll be about both of them, and never giving up when times are tough. Again, both of them, as well as Rue. So my argument, my core part of my thesis, is that Katniss and Rue both overcame adversity. And that's true. That's what I'm arguing throughout in this entire paper. Then my claims are these 3 reasons. So that's what my body paragraphs are going to be about. Remember, your thesis serves as your roadmap because I know what I'm writing about. I can go back to my thesis and double check, hey, is this what I'm writing about? Is this not what I'm writing about? How do I need to fix it? You then move on to the topic sentence, which is the first sentence in each paragraph. This tells me exactly what your paragraph will be about. So here, which topic sentence does not follow my thesis? So come back up here and look at this part. 1. Katniss overcame adversity when she stayed strong and didn't give up in the games when she realized Peeta had betrayed her. 2. Rue had stood up to adversity as she faced as the youngest player, and by using her skills to her advantage and being cunning, she stayed alive by hiding and was able to help Katniss survive, thus forming their alliance. Or 3. Katniss overcame adversity when she killed Cato because everyone thought he would win the games over her. The correct answer is 3. 3 does not follow my thesis. 3 would fit the topic of the essay, but because I didn't include it in my thesis statement, it doesn't belong. I could go back and change my thesis if I wanted later, but I'm not going to. So now I want you to do the same thing down here. Write out your thesis, your first topic sentence, your second topic sentence.